All right, everybody, welcome to the webinar today on the top 5 ways to generate listings from social media plus. So the plus is off social media. So we're going to talk about the 5 top ways to generate listings from social media, and then the top 5 ways to generate listings, period, for a total of 10 different ways. So my name is Scott Pierce. I am the founder of Listings to Leads. And in this call, we're going to take what we've learned from the last 12 years of working with real estate agents, lenders, brokers, companies, but also I talk to agents every single day for the most part. I got 3 more calls today, this afternoon, with agents. And every day I talk to new agents, I talk to top agents, I talk to average agents and find out what's working, how can we help them a little bit more. And so what we're going to talk about today is the result of all of that stuff. So this is, again, based on 12 years of experience, but it's also based on our daily calls with agents into what's actually going on, right? What are they actually doing to generate listings? All right. So I'm not here to sell anything. I'm just here to share with you the results of all of our conversations and discussions with people. And so with that, today we're going to discuss the top 5 ways to generate listings from social media, the top 5 ways to generate listings, period, i.e. fast. And then what do you do after you generate leads to get the listings themselves? All right. So let's get into the social media aspect of this. And so the worst, I say worst, and that's not really the best way to say it, but at the bottom of that top 10 list are the home value ads. All right. So these are the, what is your home worth and all of that kind of stuff. And let me tell you, everything we're discussing today works. All right. It just depends how well does it work. So the home value ads, they've been played out for the last, 5 or 6 years. We were involved with that from the very beginning, and they're getting played out. But here's the thing. They still work. All right. They're still useful. But I want you to kind of think of these within the context of an overall online strategy. All right. So for the agent that just goes out there and throws out a random, what is your home worth ad with really no other supporting content, it's not going to work so well. All right. Nobody knows who you are. It's kind of a random offer that there's no context to. So the home value ads, especially when they're on their own, not working with other types of ads or posts, those are at the bottom of our list here. Next up, we got pending. All right. So your pending and your just sold listings kind of work together, and these start getting really good. All right. So these leads, the cost per lead of these is really good. And the thing here I want you to think about when you're advertising a pending or a just sold listing. All right. First of all, when you run them through Listings to Leads, we'll take a look at one a little bit later so we can see exactly how it works. But when you run a pending or a just sold ad through Listings to Leads, we are automatically generating seller leads from these. All right. And again, we'll take a look at one a little bit later. But I want you to be thinking about telling a story when you're doing a pending or a just sold ad. All right. Now let's take a look at pending first. Pending is one of my favorite statuses there is because it's like a black box. All right. Everybody knows a property is for sale, hopefully. And then as soon as that listing goes pending, especially homeowners in the area, they start wondering like, well, how many offers did it get? How high above the asking or below the asking price did it sell for? Right. So people start getting really curious when they realize that property went into contract or it went pending. And so I want you to make sure you please, for the sake of your business, don't sleep on advertising and marketing your pending listings. All right. Now in Listings to Leads, we call them all sorts of things. We've got active contingent, and under deposit, under contract, a few other ones. So whatever you call it in your MLS, I'm sure we've got that status for it. But make sure not only are you running an ad on social media for it, but you're using all the tools in Listings to Leads to market those pending, in contract, active contingent listings. All right. So when you run an ad for a pending listing, all right, you might say something like, 15 Ambient Way in Granite Bay is now pending, expected to close soon. We got multiple offers above the asking price and, something like that. But again, the idea is try to tell as much of the story as you can, right? Obviously, don't give out necessarily the number of offers you got or the accepted offer price, obviously, things like that. You're not going to be giving out in the ad, but do try to tell a story about that listing going into contract. Or you might even say, for example, our 45-point marketing plan helped get this property into contract within 3 weeks. That would be awesome, right? Next up is the just sold. And similar to the pending, I want you to make sure you are telling a story, right? Again, the just sold could be something like 1015 Riley Street in Folsom just sold, $45,000 above the Zillow's estimate with 3 offers based on our 85-point marketing plan that got the property sold in 4 weeks, right? You want to make, what we're trying to do here is let homeowners know in the area that we've got an amazing marketing plan, right? So whatever your marketing plan is, like a 45-point marketing plan, if you're using Listing Leads and you're using all of our tools, man, you've got like a 60-point marketing plan that you can advertise right in that pending or just sold ad. All right. And also, sometimes I kind of think like people say, well, we sold it for $15,000 above the asking price, which is kind of meaningless because who knows what the asking price was, right? As far as being accurate to the market. So I like using Zillow because everybody knows Zillow. Unfortunately, we got our own opinions of that, but I like contrasting to the Zillow's estimate, right? So, but take a look and see which one you think is better for you in your market. But I just want you to be thinking for the pending and the just sold ads, try to tell a story that's promoting your business to the local homeowners. All right. Allison, I love it. You're doing the right already. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. And then number 2 are the PDF guides. So we've got 25 plus PDF guides for homeowners in your Listings to Leads account. And we just went live with 3 more this week. How to avoid foreclosure. How timely is that going to be? All about short sale homes. Again, super timely. So you might want to look at those. And then we've also got how to winterize your home, which I think will be a good one come August, September, when people are starting to think about the winter coming up soon and things they need to do for the properties, right? But we've got 25 plus, actually probably 30 plus now, different PDF guides, all branded to you. You can change the colors and everything, make sure it conforms to your branding. You can even upload custom PDF guides and run ads for those as well, if you like. But again, we've got 30 plus PDF guides for homeowners in your account. And the phenomenal thing is we've got English and Spanish for the ads and the PDF guides. So if you're in a market that's predominantly Spanish, or you want to advertise to both English speaking people and Spanish speaking people in your local area, you can now do that. And I am super excited that we're actually coming out with follow-up plans in Spanish as well. So the automated follow-up plans that we've got built in Listings to Leads, currently they are in English, but we are actually coming out with full door to, A to Z follow-up in Spanish here pretty soon. So we're really excited about that. Michela, I apologize if I got your name pronounced wrong. Can you create one for rising interest rates and inflation? Send that to support because I tell you, we do have a few more coming out: probate, estate planning, living trust, and about downsizing. All right. So if you got homeowners in the area, maybe you got an area, right? Every year, high school graduates, all those people start thinking about downsizing their homes. So we got those 4 PDF guides coming soon. And yeah, and I love that, Michelle. So if you got some great ideas, post them in the mastermind group, maybe post them in the mastermind, send us the support. But our goal, and I can tell you, I got some really cool things I'm going to share with you about those PDF guides a little bit later in this call. All right. Now, when you're doing your ads through Listings to Leads, and we can look at that a little bit later today, you're going to be getting first and last name, the time frame to sell, phone numbers, and email addresses for every single lead. All right. So it's not just a name and an email, right? You are getting all of this information with every single lead that you get. Now, the average cost per lead that we are seeing, right, on your just sold and pending listings is anywhere from $3 to essentially $13, right? For the PDF guides, $5 to $22. The landing pages, so think what is your home worth and things like that, $5 to $18 per lead. And on average, we're seeing 1,000 to 3,000 brand impressions per ad. All right. So again, these are all exclusive. There's no referral fees, and you're getting name, email, phone number, and the selling timeframes for all of these ads. All right. Now, keep in mind, just sold and pending, phenomenal, but you can get a lot of looky-loos just clicking those ads. I really love the PDF guides, all right, because they're more expensive, but they are much more mid-funnel leads, all right? And so you can run ads with the PDF guides, but there's a lot of other really cool things that you can do with them that we're going to get to here in a few minutes. So I didn't hear the first point, but we're going to get there. Keisha, awesome. I love it. We're going to get to number one in a second. So number one, Facebook Live and videos. All right. So all of those items 2 through 5 are going to generate you leads. You're going to get listings. You're going to even get buyers, right? When you're advertising for buyers, you can get listings. I talked to somebody a couple of weeks ago, did an open house ad and generated a lead from an open house ad. She signed a listing agreement with that lead from the open house within a week of generating that lead, right? A buyer lead from an open house ad, got the lead, called them back right away, found out they had a home to list, right? And she listed that home and now they're out looking at new homes. So you can generate listings from anywhere. All right. I want you to keep that in mind. You can generate listings from anywhere, but as you're generating leads, the beautiful thing about generating leads is they now are in your sphere. They're in your database, right? Connect them, invite them to your social media, because doing videos, doing some Facebook Lives, all right, doing videos using the scripts within listings to leads is going to really help promote your brand, all right? So do a live video weekly to get that better audience over time. Use the scripts from listings to leads for maximum lead generation. You'll see in your account, we can take a look at it a little bit later in this call, but every listing in your account has a script it's called short form video script. And here's the cool thing. The people that are really good at doing video, that are doing a lot of videos, love these scripts the most because they are short, they are on point, and they're full of call to actions and lead capture. So a little bit later in this call, we'll go into the account and we'll take a look at where those short form video scripts are, but I want you to be using them, and you need to be using them once a week. All right. Either for a different listing or a different listing status. All those PDF guides, we do have scripts coming up for every single one of them, but take a look at those guides and you can come up with your own script pretty easily as well. One of the things I'm going to start talking more about is I'm really going to, what's the word I want to use here? Encourage you, challenge you, pick one seller PDF guide a week, right? There's 30 of them. You got enough for forever. You could loop this and just keep redoing every 30, right? Twice a year, but pick a PDF guide every week, right? For a seller, read the PDF guide and then do a quick short form video of that guide, right? And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. Use your own stories from the trenches. My gosh, I think real estate agents have some of the best stories of anybody, right? In industry, interacting with people the way you do, right? The sellers, the buyers. Oh my God, right? I mean, the comedy, the horror, the tragedy that we deal with, right? On a regular basis. I'm telling you, you've got enough stories to just keep Facebook and video going forever. All right. So, and here's the cool thing. You don't need any special tools. This is your phone. That's all you need. You need your phone. The other really cool thing that we're going to talk more about coming up here are just like kind of local spotlight reviews. So imagine you're walking into a cafe, right? You're getting your coffee in the morning and you just do a quick 10-second video talking about the cafe. They got great coffee. Have you ever been here? What's your favorite cafe you like to go to? Boom. That was a short form video that would work perfectly in Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, right? And then when you walk out of the cafe, hey, we just got a great almond milk latte. This is absolutely awesome. They made it extra hot just the way I love it. If you have a chance to stop by here, let me know what you think about this cafe. We'll talk to you all soon. That's what I'm talking about. You're interacting with your community. You're promoting different local businesses in your community. You're getting your face out there. You're getting your attitude out there. You're getting your voice out there. That's all you need, right? People need to get to know, like, and trust you. And as you're generating leads from all the different tools and listings to leads, we're putting these people on your plate. We're putting them in front of you. Now, these kind of short, quick little videos using your listing scripts for the listings, using the PDF guides as content ideas, using your stories from the trenches, and just spotlighting local places as you're interacting in the community on a daily basis, you are going to be on fire. All right. So is that clear? The first part of this, is that clear for everybody up till now? And number 7 here, invite other experts or community leaders and cross market. So imagine you're at your favorite cafe and you walk in, you do a little video and you're in the cafe and you see the owner there and you do a quick little video with him or her, right? And what's awesome about that is you tag them, all of their friends see the video, everyone that follows that cafe sees the video. And this could be a cafe, it could be a restaurant, it could be a local home goods store, right? It could be anything in your local area. It could be a dog park, a hiking trail, right? It could be anything in your local community that you are doing that you think somebody else might want to know about. Boom, that's awesome, right? Again, the cool thing about short form video is the less stuff that you bring into it, the better almost, because it's about you. It's not about you reading. See, and even the scripts that you get in Listings to Leads, I don't want you to read those scripts because you're going to lose your personality. I want you to read the scripts. I want you to internalize our scripts. I want you to know them like any script. And then I want you to just let your personality shine through, because here's the thing. It's your personality that attracts people, all right? Your competence, your confidence, your knowledge, all of that combines together into your personality. And that's what we want to show through on these videos. Not you reading a script into a camera. That's not your personality. All right. That is not your expertise. Your expertise is showing up in front of people with the value that you have inside of your brain. All right. So social media lead conversion. Now here's the thing. When you're running ads on social media or postings or anything, they tend to have a very far close rate. All right. Look at that graph right there. It starts off it starts off, right? There's a lift in the very beginning. I just shared with you that one of our clients did an open house ad, and within 7 days of generating a lead, she had a listing and they're out looking at new homes. So you are going to get some leads that convert or that pop quickly, right? But typically they can be a little further out. And here's the thing, that is awesome because you're going to be in business, I hope, in a year or two from now. So as you're generating leads now, on social media, yeah, some of them are going to pop now and some are going to buy and sell and transact, but most of that's going to happen a little bit further down into the future. So what are we going to do between now and then? We can't wait 1 to 2 years to start generating listings. We need them now. All right. So period, fast. If you are looking to get listings within the next week or so, this is what you're going to do. Number 5, FSBOs and expireds. I am telling you, I am getting more, the more research around FSBOs I do, and we've been doing FSBO landing pages and training for 5, 6, 7 years, but I am getting even more into FSBOs because here's the thing, using Listings to Leads to go after FSBOs is such a value offer. There's no selling involved. So here's what I would do, and we're going to get into a lot more training on this going forward, but use a program like RedX or any of the program that gives you the FSBOs or expires as they come through. Right. So you see the FSBOs, you call the FSBO up and you ask to do a viewing. That's all. Listen, the FSBO is getting 200 calls a day from people telling them that they're stupid to list the property themselves and that they need a listing agent. No one's going to visit that FSBO. So you're using RedX. There's a new FSBO coming in. You call the FSBO up, you arrange a showing. You got buyers, you're running ads in that same area, hopefully, right? You got buyers that are looking in the area. So even though you don't have a buyer for that specific house, you have buyers for homes in that area. So go view the FSBO, ask if you can take some pictures of the property to share with your buyer database. All right. Go back to the office, load up those photos into your account, into your Listings to Leads account. There's a status called FSBO. All right. Now, you may want to check with your broker if you can do this, right? I think most areas you can, but maybe check with your broker if you can do this first. And then send the FSBO homeowner a couple of links to like the single property website, maybe the open house sign-in sheet, and just say, hey, you know what? Thank you so much for taking the time with me today. I'm going to be sending some of the information about your property to my buyer database. I'll let you know if I get any, if I get any interest in that. But in the meantime, here are some tools that you can use to market your property if you like. These are the exact same tools I use to market listings and provide value to that FSBO homeowner. All right. We've got landing pages that can target FSBO homeowners. So you can download a custom audience, FSBO homeowners from Redx, upload them into Listings to Leads as a custom audience, and then run FSBO, because we got a FSBO PDF, right? We got PDF for FSBOs and I believe expireds as well. So you can run targeted Facebook ads to them also. All right. So you get the idea of how to approach FSBOs, because these are people that want to sell. They're trying to sell their house right now. But if you go in and you start telling them that they're stupid, right? Or you start giving them some high pressure sales pitch about listing with you from the get go, you're just going to piss them off. All right. They're selling the FSBO property themselves because they're trying to save money. They want to max out the amount of money they make. You know, some good scripts for that kind of stuff, right? You've got a much larger buyer pool. You're going to get them a much higher sales price because you can put the property in front of a lot more people than they can. So you're going to get more offers. You're going to get more bidding. You're going to get you know the drill, right? But you got to get in front of them first. So you're going to call them, but you're not going to rely on the call. You're going to go visit, take pictures, load the listing into your account, right? Send the links to the homeowner, right? Let them market the property themselves. When they get tired of doing that, they can come to you, you list the property. And listen, I hear from people all the time, that's exactly what they're doing. And they're listing FSBOs pretty regularly. So don't skip that one, right? And we got FSBOs and expireds. The same strategy can work for both. Number 4, the seller sphere of influence. All right. Now this is only for listing agents. So if it's not your listing, you can't do this. All right. So these are tools that the seller can put on their Facebook page. And I'm not sure why we showed pending and just sold only, because this works at all listing statuses. So as soon as you get a listing, please do your business a favor, stop making excuses and stop forgetting to do it. Get the tools to the sellers. All right. If you need help on how to do that, let our support team know. They can help you out and send you the support information on it. And I can show you maybe at the end of the call here today. But these tools for the seller literally generate listings and they generate buyers. And if from when these get on your seller's Facebook page or your seller sends them out via email, it is like a friend telling all their other friends how phenomenal you are. Right. And we want to make sure that they know how phenomenal you are from the time it's either coming soon or just listed, right? When it's just actively for sale, when there's an open house, when the listing goes pending, when the listing goes sold. We want the seller sphere of influence to be both email and social media to see how amazing you are, to see your marketing. Because when they click on those social media posts or the e-flyer posts, they're going to go right to your Lead Capture Single Property website. They're going to be able to engage. And here's a thing. The homeowners' friends love engaging with our single property websites and virtual tours because we have so many different things in them, right? We got all the PDF guides that they can download. They can get their home value from the single property websites and virtual tours. They can get more information about buying and selling property from the single property websites and virtual tours. So we use those tools as really launching points for buyers and sellers to get further along into that process. All right. It's not just about the property. It's about the process. And that's what we want to make sure that we're doing. All right. And so the best thing that you can do, make sure the seller is getting these tools from day one all the way through to the time it's just sold. All right. Now we got some scripts around that as well. So make sure you know what the scripts are so that when you send it to the seller, when it gets sent to the seller, you know how to call them up in that script to run through so that they put it on their Facebook page and email. Number 3 are the PDF guides. So here we go again, right? We talked about the PDF guides as ads. And now we got PDF guides to our database. So if you were using our follow-up in Listings to Leads, we went live with follow-up, email follow-up a couple of months ago. And our clients, I'm telling you, it's really, really cool because within 2 to 3 weeks of this going live, we were having top experienced agents come to us and tell us how phenomenal our follow-up is. because all those 30 PDF guides that are for the homeowners, they're part of our follow-ups. So every other follow-up is a PDF guide, all right, automatically. And then so imagine every even follow-up. So the second email, the fourth email, the sixth email, all have PDF guides in them, right? So tons of value that you're providing on, 5 dangers of overpricing your home, the secret to selling a home in any season, just take a look at all the seller guides in your account. And those are all part of all part of the seller follow-up campaigns automatically, right? If you're not using our follow-ups, or if you're using KV Core, or you're using Wise Agent or something like that, excuse me, you can download our PDF guides, right? And just upload them into your own CRM to send out. And that's what John Briley did here, right? This guy, John, longtime client. This guy has been a client from almost like day 5. And so he downloaded one of our PDF guides, sent it to his database, and you can see there 300 dormant leads. These are people that never responded to anything, and he got a 10% response rate. All right. So make sure if you're using our follow-up, don't worry about it. If you are not using our follow-up, take a look at those PDF guides we've got in our system. Again, English and Spanish, get them into your CRM and start using them. I think you'll get a lot of value from them. All right. Number 2, I love this one. All right. This is one that really kind of shocked me a little bit. So again, we interview a lot of our clients on a daily basis. Again, I got 3 more calls after this with different agents. And we also did a survey in March, and we found that roughly half, might even be a little bit more, around half of the agents that use sign writers are getting listings, right? That's like a 50%. So you show me another tool that has a 50% rate of getting you listings. I'd love to see it. So here's the thing. If you are not subscribed to the Listings to Leads text service, I hate upselling people where that's not my gig, but I'm just going to tell you, it is probably the best $10 you're going to spend, because it puts these text codes on a lot of different tools in Listings to Leads. It puts it on the nearby homeowner letters, the postcards, the listing flyers that you see here. You can get the sign writers done. And I'm going to suggest to every single person on this call, if you've got a listing, let me kind of storyboard this out for you. The best thing that you can do, all right, get your sign writers. I would get 3 or 4 sign writers, just listed, open house, pending, and just sold. And I'm talking, on the top of the yard sign, I've got just listed, I've got an open house, I've got a pending, and I've got a just sold, because that is our cues to the local area homeowners that things are changing with this property and you're going to need to pay attention, right? So when it's just listed, I'm going to put the just listed sign writer, and then I'm going to put the info and photos anytime on your mobile phone, text, right, with your text code to 25678 right under it. All right. When I have an open house coming up, I'm going to go by and I'm going to change out the just listed to open house, right? And I still have that text 1002 to 25678 there. But what it's going to do is people are going to go, oh, open house. And if they hadn't done the text yet, well, then they're likely going to do the text at that point, right? And every time someone sends that text, we get a phone number, they get the mobile responsive virtual tour, and it's a beautiful thing because you're going to call them back and have a great conversation with them. Now, I mentioned also I would get a sign writer that says pending and another one that says just sold. And remember earlier I said pending is my favorite status, right? It really is. As soon as that listing goes pending, or if it's in contract, active, contingent, under deposit, right? You get my point, that group of statuses, bam, get that sign writer on the yard sign. Because again, everyone in the neighborhood is going to go, oh, wow, that's active contingent now, or, oh, it's pending or under deposit. And do you see that yard sign or the sign writer to the right, get your home's value now? Everyone that signs up for the Listings to Leads text service, you get that free extension. So you'll get a free home value extension just like that one. And I really wanted to test it out because that initiates a conversation that's going to get the phone number immediately. And then it's going to ask them for their home address. It's going to ask them for their email. And it's a really, really cool kind of a text conversation to have. So why don't you please, this is coming from a guy who's got one of the best social media ad tools in the industry. And I'm telling you, get the damn sign writers on your yard signs because you're missing business if you don't. All right. Now, Peter, yes, when you're in Listings to Leads, go to sign writers for a listing and you can see there's a color. There's a lot of different styles now and you can change the colors right there. And I'll try to get in there after the presentation here and I'll show you that. The other thing here is listing flyers, right? I am not going crazy, right? Our listing flyers, again, when you're signed up for our text service, we put the text information right on the listing flyer. I had a client one time, he told me these are like Facebook ads right in their hands because they really are. Right. So if you'd like to have an 8.5 by 11 Facebook ad in the hands of people in the area, i.e. mostly homeowners, get a clear flyer box, right? Like a clear plastic flyer box and get that thing on your yard sign. Right. Now, here's the thing. It starts looking crappy when it gets faded and you've got no flyers in the box or the listing is pending and you've got regular flyers in the flyer box. What I'm going to suggest to you is every time the status changes, put 10 to 15 more new print flyers in that flyer box. And I even mean pending and I mean just sold. All right. Can you imagine a homeowner walking by and you got the yard sign that says just sold and you got the get your home's value now underneath it. And then you got just sold listing flyers in the flyer box, right? Or pending. Imagine that for pending, right? I'm walking by and I see pending. I see get your home's value now. And then I can see that you got pending flyers in the flyer box. Wow. Try it. I think you're going to like how it works out. All right. So again, boom, do it. Number one, to be honest, I sometimes get tired of this, but here's the thing. This letter is still crushing it. All right. If you are in our mastermind group, if you've been a client of ours for any length of time, you know some of the names like Dustin Fox, Alicia Plus, Pat Motley, Chris Winstead. I talked to Dustin Fox and Alicia Plus in June, March, April, May, kind of mid into May, like a couple of 3 weeks ago. So again, Dustin Fox, Alicia Plus, I was talking to, and these are people that have been using these letters for years, right? Dustin Fox, he started out as a solo agent. Well, him and his wife. So they were, a husband and wife team using this letter. Well, so Dustin is at Pearson Smith Realty. They're a large independent brokerage that uses Listings to Leads. It's part of their recruiting, right? It's part of the services that they offer to all of their agents for free. And it's helped them grow to be one of the leading independent brokerages in the mid-Atlantic area, that Washington, Northern Virginia area. All right. So the Pearson Smith Realty company offers Listings to Leads to all of its agents. Dustin Fox is one of those agents. He started leveraging Listings to Leads, and this letter in particular, over 4 years ago. He went from being that single agent with his wife, he and his wife together as a team. They got 25 agents now. They are a full-on team, and they're still using this letter to this date. All right. Alicia Plus used this letter to go from a single agent to owning 2 offices now. All right. And this letter was the spark that got her business going. All right. So get involved with our training here. And here's the thing. I want everyone to understand, and I'm not talking about this too much now, but please understand 2 concepts: reach and frequency. All right. So I had a client who sent this letter out to 900 homes, and I about fell off my chair, because that means 900 homes are going to see that letter once, and that is no good. Frequency means that you send this letter to the homes around the listing, hopefully 2 to 3 times. All right. Dustin does that. I believe Alicia was doing that. Pat Motley was doing that. Chris Winstead is doing that. That's frequency, because people see the letter the first time and they may take action, or they may mean to take action. Here's the thing, right? And it's good. It's almost like that pending status, right? Because you see the letter, you get the letter, or it could be the postcard or the door hanger, and you think, yeah, I'm gonna get to that later, right? So I'm gonna put it here on the kitchen countertop, and I will get to that quote unquote later. Well, they never do, right? Because people get busy, and so they may have got the letter when it was just listed, or maybe it's an open house, right? But they forget to do anything. And then so like a couple of weeks later, right, or maybe 3 or 4 weeks later, they get another letter when the listing goes pending. Right. Remember that status. I love that status, pending, because it gives us another reason to be in front of our audience. So they get the letter the second time when the listing is pending and they go, oh crap, right. I got it when it was just listed and I meant to do it. Boom. Now they scan the QR code. Now they go to the URL, they send the text, right? Or maybe they don't do it the second time, but they do it the third time, right? So again, the frequency really, really matters here. So I want to always be thinking about frequency, and it's not about getting in front of your audience. It's about staying in front of your audience. All right. Getting in front of your audience is just kind of like the first step. So doing an ad is just like a first step. Doing a thing, going to the gym once, is just the first step. You got to stay in the gym, right? Go to the gym 3 to 4 to 5 times a week to get any progress going. Well, it's the same here, right? You got to keep doing this on a regular basis to keep the momentum and keep the business coming in, right? So again, the letter, the postcard, absolutely awesome. This is from Chris Winstead. Again, just talking about how he did it for 3 months and got 5 deals, right? I think for a lot of you on this call, if you get 5 listings in the next 3 months, it would really help your business out. And so I don't care what you're doing right now, you can overlay this on top of that. And if you overlay all of the stuff that we're talking about together, wow, you're going to be in a really good position here. Now I want to show this to you here. We have got postcards and door hangers for all of those seller PDF guides coming soon. So you are going to be able to, so for every PDF guide, and how they're going to work is there'll be a QR code. So that white box there, that white square will be a QR code, and you'll be able to control the lead. So what will happen is people scan the QR code and a lead form pops up, and imagine like a Facebook lead ad, right? So a Facebook lead ad, lead form comes up. You are going to control that lead form. So name, email, phone number, selling time frame, property address. I wouldn't put all of that required or even visible, but you're going to be able to control what data, what information you want to get. And then when they fill out the lead form, then they will be able to download the branded PDF guide. So there's nothing. The only thing you're going to need to do is I would probably use the door hangers. I think I like that door hanger idea. And I would probably, I'm thinking, and I'm sure we'll fine tune this a little bit more later, but I would probably just print like maybe 50 of 3 or 4 different postcards or 3 or 4 different PDF guides, because you could leave them in your car, leave them in your briefcase, leave them in your computer bag. And when you meet someone, let's say you meet someone like, divorce, that could be a little touchy, but let's say 12 mistakes. I could just hand them that PDF guide or that postcard or door hanger and say, hey, I'd love to invite you to download a PDF guide I've got on the 12 mistakes to avoid selling your home. And so instead of giving your card or, whatever it is, now you're able to give value, right? Now you're able to say, hey, not can I come by and list your property or give you a home evaluation necessarily, although if it's appropriate, go ahead and do that. But now you're able to offer a ton of value, right, to homeowners. And someone said, should I send a nearby homeowner letter if I'm representing the buyer? Sonia, great question. And that leads to something else. So I want to say yes. So in Listings to Leads, we have a status. It's called just sold selling agent. All right. So, the standard quote unquote just sold is for listing agents, right? Just sold. But we also have a status called just sold selling agent. And so, yeah, take a look at that nearby homeowner letter. I believe it's appropriate because what we do is we flip all of the language around on the just sold selling agent to reflect the fact that you represented the buyer. So Sonia, I want to say yes to that. Also, if you don't mind, let me go back real quickly here to this. Here's a kick butt strategy for open houses that are not yours. So if you got no listings, we don't have those other PDF postcards out yet, coming soon. But if you don't have a listing right now, first thing you can do, find one to hold open. All right. Find a listing to hold open and use that letter a day or two before the open house, right? Maybe a day before the open house. But here's where it gets like ridiculous. The day after the open house, use the letter again. All right. I got a video on our YouTube channel somewhere about open houses as a showing agent, where I walk through using that letter. And I would walk the neighborhood like on Friday or Saturday for a Sunday open house, like a day or two before. And then I would do it again like a day or two after, where I edit that letter to let them know how many people came through the open house and that the fact that only one person can buy it. Yet here we had, 23 other buyers walking through. You get the point, right? And so we got training on that, where you're doing an open house as a showing agent. I would get that training, ask for support for it, but that is a phenomenal way to that idea of frequency, right? Again, sending the letter as a one-off, right, is okay. That's okay. It's not great. So to be able to use that letter a day or two before the open house and a day or two after, phenomenal. Because then your frequency is so quick that it kind of makes up for the fact that it's only 2 versus maybe 3 or 4. All right. Now, if you're the listing agent and you're going to do the letter again when it's pending, don't necessarily need to worry about the after open house one, because you'll do maybe open house pending and just sold, right, to get to that frequency. All right. I think we've gotten that one. So again, we talked about Chris Winstead. We talked about the postcards and door hangers. And the next idea here is free content. So if you are a client and you've not had a chance to take a look at our new social section yet, by all means, please do it, because I probably at least once a day, I am talking to someone that says, I get a lot of great feedback from people on the stuff that you guys are posting for me, right? We are literally getting agents coming to us, right? Or bringing it up to us to say, we are getting good feedback from our audience on the stuff that's auto posting. And that's phenomenal, right? I'm excited to hear that, but I want you to make sure that when you are using our social tool, and again, there is in the support post for this, right on the page, I'll point it out to you a little bit later in this call. But if you watch our training on this, right, I walk you through how to auto post 2 times a day and how to make sure, well, not how to, but I tell you to make sure that you're commenting on one of them, that you're tagging a local business owner, you're tagging a friend, you're tagging somebody, right, to increase the audience of that automated social media post from listings to leads. So for example, tired of your boring, demotivating, outdated kitchen? Don't worry, we got you covered, right? I could tag an interior designer, right? A couple of use cases here I'll share with you. One of the articles that posted was like how to turn a closet into an office. It's like small spaces type of thing. And so this client tagged an interior designer that they work with, and he got some really good engagement going, because as soon as you comment and you tag someone, right, ask a question, right, maybe make a funny observation to get people to engage with it, Facebook puts it in front of them on Facebook, on social media. And so they see it. Hopefully they come over, they leave a comment. As soon as that happens, the magic begins, because now more of your audience is going to see that post. More of their audience is going to see that post, right? Because you're going to then come in and comment underneath them. And now you got a thread going, right? And Facebook loves threads. So as soon as they see that thread going, oh, right, Scott made a comment, the interior designer made a comment, Scott made another comment. This must be something that we want to show to more and more people. And that's exactly what will happen. All right. So I always tell people, if you just let the stuff auto post and you leave it alone, it's going to die a very sad and lonely death. And that's not what we want to have happen. I want you to think about the fact that our social media content that we are auto posting is kind of like the core, but you are going to add on the sprinkles and the cherry by leaving the comment. All right. So please don't sit there and go, oh, I'm going to set up the social media auto posting for this kind of content. And it sucks because no one's engaging with it. Well, we know that, right? If you don't comment, people are not going to engage on their own with it. So with that said, leads do not sit in bubbles. All right. I hear, wait, all right. That's the other thing I say way too much. I say right and all right. So I'll try to avoid the all right, and we'll add that to the drinking game for the next webinar. But I want you to kind of keep in mind that if you are one of those agents that are doing random Facebook ads and wondering why you're not getting any business, it's because your reach is probably minimal. Your frequency is probably deplorable. And the story that you're telling about your business is woefully inadequate. All right. So keep in mind here, we got print, we got PDF guide ads, we got stuff for FSBOs, we got stuff to market our pending or just sold listings. We got other kind of content related to things related to real estate, but also just kind of interesting things in general, right? We got sign writers, we got listing flyers. There is not there. Here's the thing. There's no one thing that is going to turn your business around. Now, the Nearby Homeowner Letter is the closest, right? That is the closest. And I think the reason why that Nearby Homeowner Letter is so good is because it puts you in front of homeowners from a customer service perspective, and with all of the tools being integrated, they're going to see a Facebook ad. They got the letter. Maybe they see your sign writer, right? When the listing flyers in the box, right? Someone's going to see the email or social media post from the seller. All of this stuff works together. All of it works together. So please do not fall into that trap. Well, I did a Facebook ad and I got nothing from it. It sucks, right? I'm a failure. This is a failure. Everything sucks. Everything's no good. Well, it is because you did one thing on its own and you were not looking at that network effect that the tools and listings to leads provide you. All right. So we generate the lead. This kills me. So many agents don't know what to do when they generate a lead. So it's awesome. You're generating leads. So that's great. Congratulations. But what do you do after that? So first of all, please call them back immediately. Have a plan to call them back immediately. There is nothing better. I have been a real estate agent, and I know from my own experience, the joy that people get when you call them back right away from a customer service perspective to help and answer their questions, not to fall into like this sales pitch to try to meet them at the property in 5 minutes or sign the listing agreement tonight. All right. So call them back right away. If you assume that they are not ready to buy or sell right now, the whole conversation will go a lot better. Just assume they want information. So always refer to how they became a lead. So they're going to become a lead off a listing, off maybe a PDF guide, right? Off of a landing page offer like new construction. What is your home worth? Maybe they saw an ad because you downloaded that custom audience of FSBOs from Redex and you created an ad using our PDF guide for FSBOs. And now the FSBO homeowner is calling you, right? Assume they're not ready to list or buy and that they are just gathering information. And the more you can just share your experiences, the more you can share information, the more you can detach yourself from the result of that conversation. But to have a plan, and here's the thing, you should always have scripts, but never sound like you are reading from a script, right? You should have a plan for how the conversation is going to go, but be ready for it to go where that person wants it to go. All right. So again, immediate, assume they're not ready to buy or sell, detach yourself from the result of the conversation, but always reference why they are calling in the first place. Listen more than they talk, right? So if they are doing most of the talking, that's not good, right? You're not doing a webinar for them on how to generate listings, right? This is not that kind of a thing. They responded to an ad or to an offer. You're calling back to give more information and to see how you can guide them through the home buying and selling process. All right. Now, if you're using our follow-up, point number 5 right here. If you're using our follow-up, you can just let them know that you will send them some information that even experienced homeowners and experienced home buyers find valuable to help avoid mistakes. Because here's the thing, knowing that they are most likely not ready to buy or sell now, the worst thing we can do is assume they are, try to pressure them into coming to our office, and we just kind of blow the whole thing apart, right? Right now, for the most part, they are just looking for information. And if they can find a guide at the same time to help them with that process, even better. And so we want to set ourselves up as that guide that's going to help them through the home buying or selling process. And this is where point 5 comes into play, that you have a lot of really great PDF guides that can help them through the home selling or home buying process that you will be sending to them automatically. All right. Number 6, share something share worthy. So, try to keep in mind, what was the highest selling home in the last couple of months? What was the lowest priced home to sell in the last couple of months? What are some of the new businesses opening up that are closing? Some of the new developments and zoning regulations coming into effect. If you can be kind of that local neighborhood, but also business kind of, resource in a sense, like, you're not trying to be the local chamber of commerce. That's not what I mean. But as you're talking to people, imagine you're talking to a homeowner, right? So you get a seller lead. And so the seller lead comes in and you're talking to them, and you might just say, there's a Whole Foods coming in about a half a mile down the road. And they know that when a Whole Food opens up, the home values in the area tend to rise by 5% because people just love being by a Whole Food, right? That's just an example. But hopefully it kind of illuminates a little bit for you, just the idea of having some information that may not be known by everybody. And even if that information is known by a lot of people, i.e. the Whole Foods coming in soon, the effect on home prices may not be known by everybody. All right. So, because that way, what happens is the person that you're talking to goes to their significant other or to a friend or to somebody, and they go, I was talking to this agent today, and he told me that a Whole Foods is coming in and that home prices are going to rise by can rise up to 5%. When that happens, that's really awesome, right? And they're going to remember you for that. So try to have something share worthy so that you can share that with people as you're talking to them. And then the last one there, number 7, follow up is forever. This kills me, right? You'll see these, we got a 20-point seller follow-up system, right? We got a 45-point follow-up system. That's not how it works, right? Follow-up is forever. These people they are part of your sphere. Our follow-up goes forever. So what we do is it works. It works really well, actually. So our follow-up goes out, and right now it's email only, and we're coming out with text and all that kind of good stuff to be more of a full service follow-up. But so our follow-up default is every 3 days. And so imagine if they're in a seller follow-up, I want to say there's like 30, 40, like follow-up emails, right, that go out. So it's like, let's just say it's 4 months. So it's a 4-month. And then what we do is, if they are still in follow-up mode and they haven't engaged with you and they're not out looking to buy or sell, we repeat that follow-up, but now we do it every 7 days. So whatever they got today, so let's say generate a seller lead today on, let's just say June 1st. So June, July, August, September. So on October 1st, they will get the same email they got on June 1st. Do you think they'll ever even remember that they got that email on June 1st, come October 1st? There's no way. Then on October 7th, they'll get the same email as June 3rd. You get the idea. So it keeps going further and further out, right? And as soon as they respond or engage with you, you can take them off the follow-up, because now that they are, they're not part of that follow-up. You can put them on another kind of a campaign if you want, just to stay in front of them with maybe market updates and things like that. But yeah, our follow-up is forever. And you should always think of, your follow-up is always forever. All right. So here's the thing, people, just follow the plan. There's no magic bullet, right? There's no one thing, unfortunately, right? So, but there is a process. There is a kind of a network that you can create, that if you do that, if you just use those tools, right? Don't try to favor one tool over the other. Don't use one tool today and then like, oh, in a month from now, maybe I'll do the other tool if this one works. Because again, that's not how it works. How it works is it all works together. All right. Now you get a lot more tips, training, and community from Listings to Leads. I love our Instagram. So if you just go to Instagram and find Listings to Leads, you'll find us youtube.com/listings to leads. What I like about our Instagram page is it's mostly like on point related to a particular topic. So it might be seller leads for listings. It might be buyer leads from PDF guides, and it'll give you like a quick example of like someone having success with it. And then it will link to a support page or a video on how to do it. So you can say, oh, so what I like about our Instagram is if you go to it, you'll find something you like or you're interested in, and there'll be a link in bio for more information on it. Our YouTube, we have a lot of our recorded and videos and training videos there as well, all of our webinars and that kind of stuff. Then we got a blog and our mastermind group there. A lot of people in our mastermind group, so make sure you are there. And what kills me is I'll be talking to some agent. Yeah, I generated 3 listings last week. They're so busy they can't even get into the mastermind group. And so, but anyways, agents, offices, lenders, title officers, right? If you are any way involved in real estate, we've got an account type for you. We also do managed services. So if you need someone to do the stuff for you, let us know.
Are you sick and tired of spending ridiculous money on?
With that, little blurb from Michael Holics in there, Club Wealth. Love Michael. So any questions on anything we've covered in this presentation? I would love to take a few questions from anybody here. A lot of people on the call, so good to see everybody. Thank you everybody for joining us today. I was thinking I would show, in fact, you know what I want to do? All right. So here, let me just show you a couple of examples of ads and posts and things, okay? So when we talked about the seller sphere of influence, right? We want to be in front of the seller sphere of influence because this is our client. We're going to get their home sold. And when that happens, that's a great story. And so I want all of their friends to see, right, the just listed post, the open house post, the regular for sale post, the pending post, right? So this is the one for open house. And so it's on the seller's page and their friends click it. And you're going to see they end up going to the single property website right here. In this case, I got a property video. And as I scroll through, right, lead form number 1, what is your home worth? And then this is my favorite because this right here, check this out, watch. So let's say I'm a homeowner and I'm like, code mistakes of, well, that's all right, cool. Watch this. I'm going to click download the guide for free. And do you own a home? Well, yeah. And would you need to sell before you buy? Yes. Continue with Facebook. So that just got the name and email, right? No need to say right there. And here's that PDF guide, right, branded to me. All my colors, all my phone numbers on here, my email, my beautiful photo, right? I got the lead. So I got the name and email automatically, right? What a beautiful way to generate some awesome leads, right, from my seller sphere of influence. This right here, let's see what this is. So that's an example of one of our social postings. And let's see here. Yep. Links out to the page. So, all right. So we talked about video earlier, and this is an example of a just sold ad. Price increase month to month. Now, the most expensive home that's sold. So this, think about, again, you can do video. I think Listing to Leads is probably the best platform for getting video out to your market, right? Running ads using video is so easy in Listing to Leads, right? It's crazy how easy it is. So Doing video for your just solds and pendings, I think is awesome. Doing videos for all your listings is awesome. We've got a lot of videos in listings to leads. So if you're doing an ad, for example, for 5 dangers of overpricing your home, this video comes with your account. So you've got different motion graphic videos like this for all of those PDF guides. So you can use our videos, or you could have done your own video. Remember earlier I said, use our PDF guide ads or use our PDF guides as content ideas for your short form videos, right? And really, here's your script. All you need to do is read the ad copy, right? Oh yeah. We talked a little earlier about FSBOs and expireds. So we got FSBO landing pages, and these landing pages work so well because what happens is people, the homeowners, can check what they want. Hit next. Right, enter the home address. If they have pictures on that, boom, continue on. But I'm telling you, the best strategy, I think, for FSBOs and no, the landing page would work off of a FSBO ad, right? So imagine you use Redx, you download the audience of all the FSBOs in listings to leads. Let's go to listings to leads real quick and I'll show you something here. We've got a create audience button. So I can click that audience button, FSBO, Folsom CA. And so you use a program like Redx, upload all those FSBOs, right, for Folsom, California. Or if it's FSBO, I might do like Folsom and right, Folsom Sacramento area, upload that list, and then do an ad. Check this out, create PDF guide ad. This is how crazy easy. I'll type in FSBO. And let's try that again. All right, there's a for sale by owner. Create ad. And I also tell people a lot of times, create custom audiences for all of your regular sales areas. So like if you have, like you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, and those 4 or 5 zip codes that are your farm area, use Remine, right? Or RPR maybe, or your title officer, get that list of homeowners for that area, right? Around your just sold listing, for example, and you can upload that as a custom audience, right? So check this out. I'm going to show you a couple of really cool things here. So we're going to put in a location. Everything else is pre-done, although I can change all of it. Retarget. So I can retarget to my FSBO audience. I don't have a FSBO audience, so I'll just use one of my seller audiences. So that's retargeting. Change image and video. And this is where I can upload a video that I do, right? Or I can use, we may not have a motion graphic video. Oh, we do. For sale by owner right there. So there's my for sale by owner video. Now that's one of our motion graphic videos. You can do your own. You could just get in front of I don't know, like get in front of a property. Maybe I do green screen. I think I'd get out in my community. Maybe I'm in a neighborhood where I'm not in front of like one house in particular, but I'm kind of like on the sidewalk panning down the street, right? So it's not like I'm not focusing on one home. And I might just do, hey, if you're a for sale by owner looking to take ownership of selling your property, you're not alone. Go ahead and click below to download this free guide and get how to market your home without an agent now. Boom, right? Because we know 90% of all FSBOs are going to fail selling it themselves. So again, what do they want to do? They want to save money. They don't want an agent because you cost too much money in their mind, right? That's fine. If you start trying to argue with them, all you're going to do is piss them off. So help enable them, right? And then when they get tired of playing their real estate agent, right, and they're tired of all dealing with all these crazy buyers wasting their time, you'll be the one that they come back to. All right. So again, but you could use our motion graphic video, and you could upload your own video. It's just that easy, right? It's just boom, 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 bam. We got a video. Here we go. So a couple of questions here real quickly. This video will be available for replay a little bit later this afternoon, tomorrow morning at the latest. We go back to the page that show the different types single agent teams. Yeah. If you're looking for a team account, just email success@listingtoleads.com, SUCCESS. Did I spell that right? Spell it correctly. I mean, I'm not the best speller. So success@listingtoleads.com for team accounts, but somebody, I believe this was the page you were asking about. So we do have accounts for agents, for offices, right? You need to come through success@listingtoleads as well, or just go to our website. You can get a hold of us. And then lenders and title as well can sign up. Someone said, I am a realtor and a loan officer. Maybe to you. Well, again, we have a lender account. So as a lender, you can sign up, and we got two different, I think, accounts, 0 to 5 agents for $100 and 6 to 100 agents for like $200. I may be off on that, but our website, you can see more information on that. Michelle, am I good for showing? I just uploaded a video, so hopefully that showed you there. Will we get better results for a foreclosure ad? Will we get better results for a foreclosure ad? No, use ours. No. So someone's asking, is it better to go through Facebook, like go into the Facebook Ads Manager, yada, yada, yada? No, it's not. Here's the deal. Even if you are a full-blown Facebook expert, trainer, guru, you are better off using our system. Now, 99.999% of you are not that. Most of you are real estate agents and you're busy. We have taken the entire Facebook ads platform. We've distilled it down to what you need. We have run hundreds of thousands of ads. All right. We have distilled down what you need in real estate. You don't need 95% of all the stuff that's in the Facebook Ads Manager. What is more likely to happen if you get into the Facebook Ads Manager, aside from wasting an inordinate amount of time, the most likely thing to happen for most of you is you click or do something wrong without realizing it, and it affects your ad performance, right? And I'm not, you're professional real estate agents. You're not professional Facebook ad creators. And there's so much stuff in that Facebook ads platform, the business manager, that you're more likely to, you're going to spend a boatload of time, and you're more than likely to do something wrong that will negatively affect your ads performance. Just to look how simple this is. Now, again, I can retarget. I can go to advanced options, and I got a lot of different things on here I can do. But I'm going to tell you right now, 90% of the people are just running ads using just this right here. There's no need to go anywhere else. All right. Someone says, I'm a newer agent. And you say, load up homeowners with Remine. Miss Shayla, you'll have to get in the mastermind group. This training is really not meant to cover that kind of a thing. But yeah, just go to the mastermind group and type in Remine, and you'll come up with some postings related to that. What's the first thing I should do with my brand new listing? Get it into Listings to Leads and start marketing it. Really, I mean, get that listing into Listings to Leads and click market listing and just work your way down the list. And I'm going to show you something here real quickly. If you ever don't know what to do, so here's my listing. Let's say it's the just listed, right? So just listed, right here it is, 5530 Douglas Boulevard. So if you don't know what to do, first of all, get the listing into your account. So hopefully it's there. And click market listing. And let that populate real quickly. So Wendy, if you are ever on one, so as you work your way down this column, there's a blue wand down here. It says questions, right? Click on that, and that will walk you through that module or that segment. All right. Oh, wow. I did not realize it was 10 after. Goodness gracious. I apologize for everybody for going over. Yeah. We got a full-on support staff. Yeah. Just click on support in your account. Let me show you here real quickly. Right there. Support. And just ask whatever question you have. Create how the custom audience file has to be at least, put it this way. Facebook needs around 1,000 contacts to create a custom audience. So I suggest uploading a CSV file that's probably 1,200 or more people, so that as Facebook is going through and doing their stuff, right, some of those are going to get knocked out for being, not found, error, whatever. So I would say try to get a list of 1,200 so that when you upload it, you get 1,000. That makes sense. Marie, yeah, just hit support. We have a Facebook mastermind group of for our active clients. I think it's around like 10,000 people, maybe. I haven't looked in so long, but yeah. So yeah, just get with anything that we don't cover here today. Make sure you get with support and they can help you out. Someone says, so you can't upload the FSBOs daily. I'm not even sure what that means. So in Listings Leads, if you're on the listings dashboard, it says add listing, manual. Let me show you a couple of reasons why this is helpful. So I can upload listings as draft. So maybe I'm working on a listing presentation coming up and I just want to start adding it into my account. We got a draft option. We got a listing presentation option. So if you've got a listing presentation coming up, I'm telling you right now, this is what kills me. People spend all the time and money to generate a lead. They spend all the time and money to engage and convert that lead. And then they get a listing presentation and they literally fall apart right before the listing presentation. So man, get that listing in there, right? There's nothing better than showing off all the marketing tools that are ready to go now when you're in a listing presentation. That is so powerful. It's what Shannon Pite used to get to win the best listing presentation award at EXP a couple of years ago. All right. The other two I want to show you is Just Sold Selling Agent. So again, that's where you are your buyer bought the property and you want to get just sold seller leads, and FSBO. So Robin, I think what you're referring to is, using a program like RedX, right? And I think there's a few others that will give you a list of all the new FSBOs, right? Name, email, phone number, some other information. We have no affiliate relationship with RedX. I've never even talked to RedX. I just know that they do that along with other companies. So the program like that will give you all the FSBO information. You're going to call them up. You're going to view the property. You're going to ask for permission to take some photographs so that you can send them to your buyers. You're going to come back to the office. You're going to upload all of those photos and information into your Listings Leads account as a FSBO. Before you do that, you'll talk to your broker to make sure that that's okay, that you're not breaking any MLS rules, which I don't think you would be, but just talk to your broker first, because then your broker might be excited about what you're doing and maybe even be able to provide some more help. All right. But the point being is upload it as FSBO. If you want to, you could even put in the FSBO's name, right? Right, whatever here it is. So make Frank Jones even happier that you're giving him the marketing tools for his property, and let him know that you're going to be sending, the photos to your database. He can use the tools if he wants, but again, we got more training on that, but that's the general idea. All right. Any other questions? And again, I apologize to everybody for going way over today. Allison, thank you. Allison said, excellent webinar. So I do hope that everybody got a lot of value from this. So yeah, let me know, how was this webinar? Normally, as any of you that are longtime clients know, I don't do PowerPoint webinars, right? So we are just starting to do this. I think there's a value to doing this on PowerPoint like this, in addition to our regular webinars where we are inside of our accounts, right? All right, Michelle, awesome. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And so, yes, we will make this webinar available for everybody later today, tomorrow. So if you have any other questions, please let us know. And if you want Listings Leads for your office, again, email success@listingsleads.com. There's massive discounts per agent, obviously, when you do it at the office level. And yeah, so thanks everybody. And Sonia, thank you so much. I'll be signing up for L2L soon. No problem. We're going to be here for you. And Dana, thank you so much. She said a lot of great, valuable information. I appreciate that as well. And if there's nothing else, thank you, everybody. If you want more information about Listings Leads, please go to listingsleads.com and we'll talk to you soon.